Yo, what it do, Hustle Nation? It is time to talk wealth lessons for millennials. How the heck are we going to get our young people excited about money? That's what we're talking about today. This is part 2 of a 2-part series. This is the final part, but I found this article online, and this young millennial wrote this article, and she took the lyrics of Jay-Z and Beyonce and broke them down and extracted a wealth lesson. And I thought that would be interesting to share with you guys. Hopefully I can get on the show one day, but it was flat out amazing. So we're talking wealth lessons for millennials. Do me a favor, go ahead and comment in the chat where you're from. Drop the name of your business and or your brand. Just do not post any links and smash that share button, ladies and gentlemen. And let's kick it. Yo, what's up, Ultimate Hustlers, and welcome to the Cortez Hustle Show, the business podcast for the entrepreneur of the 21st century. And I'm your host, Cortez Hustle. Our goal is to give you a behind-the-scenes look at how the world's greatest hustlers build amazing brands, scale their businesses to incredible heights, sell more, make more, and create mass movements that impact the world. It doesn't matter if you're a seasoned vet or you're sitting on the sidelines with aspirations to one day unleash your inner hustle. This show will provide the insights into how pure grit, determination, and hard work has morphed into some of the most iconic brands and personalities and how they are moving the culture forward. You'll get a mix of solo shows featuring yours truly, as well as interviews and content from other hustlers that I either know personally or I've learned from or whose grind I've come to know and respect. And you'll also get exclusive recordings from our membership called Monetize My Life Academy, which you can check out at monetizemylifeacademy.com. That's a program where we go live every month with some of the best hustlers on the planet, sharing best practices on how we all can explode our brands with advanced branding and marketing tactics, business development strategies, and financial game planning necessary to build the empires we all desire. Again, that's at monetizemylifeacademy.com. If you like today's episode, chances are the hustlers you're connected to will like it as well. Share it with those in your network, and when you do, use hashtag Cortez Hustle so I can see you and hopefully give you a shout out and share you in my stories. So check out today's episode and make sure you subscribe to the feed on your favorite podcasting networks. Good morning, Ultimate Hustlers, and welcome to the Cortez Hustle Show. I am, of course, your host, Cortez Hustle, also known as the one and only financial health mentor, everybody's favorite fatherpreneur, coming to you live and direct from the My Perfect Money Plan studios here in St. Louis, Missouri. If you don't have a plan for your money, ladies and gentlemen, I can promise you everybody else does. What is My Perfect Money Plan? It is a complete done for you financial makeover. See, most people have the desire, they have the will, they have the discipline and the dedication to build generational wealth. They just do not have a plan. And I want to help you with that plan. See, we want to make over your tax situation. Most people are overpaying taxes $300 to $600 a month. We got a team of professionals going to make that over for you. Most people are struggling with negative items on their credit. We got a credit restoration makeover in store for you. Most people are drowning in debt because that's how America set this thing up. We have the ability to help you get out of debt in record time. And then we have people who don't know how to grow their money. So we want to make over that strategy for you, including a complete done for you real estate investing program that's about to shake up the world. All you got to do is comment keyword franchise or go to myperfectmoneyplan.com to get all of the details. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, as you are engaging with the show, if you hear something that you like and it's a takeaway for you, comment keyword takeaway and then give us your comment. That's how you get entered into a drawing to win a free vacation. If you put takeaway before your comment, then we're going to take all of those comments and put your name into a drawing for an opportunity to win a free vacation. A couple quick announcements before we get the show rolling, because we're talking wealth lessons for millennials. How do we get our young people excited about the money conversation? Heck, how do we get our old people excited? How do we get all our people excited about talking about money? So let's run through these announcements real quick. If you have not already joined Hustle Nation, it is my private group for subscribers of the Facebook fan page, Financial Health Mentor. $5 per month. You get exclusive content. You get my book and free course, Monetize My Life and How to Become an Influencer when you join the course. And I gave you a class on how to double your retirement income in the next 4 to 5 years. So if you have a 401k that's not performing well because you don't know what funds to put in it, yeah, I gave you a 3 different funds, one that's paying 13%, one that's paying 15%, and one that's paying 16%. Now, I'm not a financial advisor. I just shared with you where to go to look and gave you the questions you need to ask your financial advisor. You get exclusive stuff like that when you join Hustle Nation for just $5 per month. I'll put the link in the comments here so you guys can go check that out. And then I've got sponsorship spots available. If you're an entrepreneur and you want to be promoted on this show, starting at just $15 per slot, I can help promote your business and or your brand. All you got to do is comment sponsorship, and my team will get in touch with you and let you know what kind of options we have. So today, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking money, but I like to kick the show off with a quote of the day. So right here on the Cortez Hustle Show, I share a quote and give you a takeaway. If you like this quote, then give me a thumbs up in the comments. If you have your own favorite quote, go ahead and start typing that in right now, and I might get that on the screen. So the quote of the day: do what you don't want to do as fast as you can so you can do what you want to do for as long as you can. Oh, see, a lot of people have it twisted. Do what you don't like to do as fast as you can so you can do what you want to do as long as you can. See, let me tell you, and I know the person who said this. I just got to go find his name for y'all. But a lot of people have it twisted that because successful people do things that unsuccessful people don't do, by default, you think that successful people like doing that stuff. No, man, that ain't the case. That is not the case, man. See, successful people do things that unsuccessful people don't want to do for the benefit of being able to one day do things that unsuccessful people can't do. It doesn't mean we like doing those things. Right? I get up early in the morning, and let me tell you something, man. I got the most beautiful young hot thing laying next to me every day. You guys know how hard it is for me to get up at 4:30 and get out of that bed, right? But I'm doing what I don't necessarily like to do as fast as I can so I can do what I want to do as long as I can. See, there's certain things that just absolutely have to get done if you want to win. It doesn't mean you have to like doing them, people. They just got to get done. And as my man Evan Jefferson says, you don't even have to do them. They just got to get done, which means you might be able to hire somebody to do them. Always remember, you don't have to like the process to be successful. But I will tell you this: those who are the most successful are those who absolutely fall in love with the process. Those would be your Michael Jordans and your Kobe Bryants of the world. Those would be your high performers, your Bill Gates and your Steve Jobs and your Elon Musks of the world. They enjoy the process. They enjoy the game. Telling you, man, that's where it's at. So that is the quote of the day right here on the Cortez Hustle Show. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. If you got a favorite quote, put that in the comments and maybe I can get yours featured as a quote of the day here in the future. Now, let's get to it, ladies and gentlemen. I don't see nobody. Listen, I know some of y'all are business owners, and I see everybody saying good morning. Damn a good morning. Shout out your business, man. Shout out your, listen, I'm sorry to be cussing at y'all this morning, but y'all are entrepreneurs. And everybody, I see a gazillion good mornings. If you don't shout out your business and where you located so that people have a reason to want to connect with you, y'all missing a huge opportunity, man. Listen, let me just tell y'all where this show is going. Right now we got, it says 17, so that might be, a couple dozen people watching the show live right now. But as the show continues to get popular, people are actually going to go back and binge watch all of these old episodes. And they might just see your comment and want to connect with you. I'm just saying, man, the marketing coach in me will not let y'all get away without shouting y'all business out this morning. I'm sorry, man. Say the name of your business and all your brand, people. So we're talking about wealth lessons for millennials, right? As I was looking for something, I specifically, I'm trying to keep the show around wealth principles because it's Money Smart Month here in St. Louis, Missouri. And in fact, let me get you guys to the quote for Money Smart Month, not the quote, the affirmation. So my man, Milt Jr. of EFI Financial Education Services does a daily affirmation for us this month. So let you guys hear from my man, Milt Jr.
Today's financial affirmation. I am capable of achieving my financial goals. I am capable of achieving my financial goals. When I think of the older goals, the smaller goals that I have achieved in the past, I can create new goals. And with perseverance, willingness, and patience, I can achieve my financial goals. I'm Milt Jr., EFI Financial Education Services. EFI, exercise financial intelligence.
And that financial intelligence that you're going to exercise is changing the way you speak to your money, speak over your money, and speak about your money. If you broke, you don't got to run around saying that all the time. I'm just saying, right? I'm just saying I am capable of achieving my financial goals. So I found this article from this millennial writer, and the name of the blog is A Millennial's Diary. And I'm going to recap what we covered yesterday, and then we're going to get deep off into, I think we only got through 6 of them yesterday. There's 14 of them. So I want to get through all of them today and wrap up this series. So let's talk about these 14 lessons on building generational wealth for millennials. And what she did was she took the lyrics from some Jay-Z and Beyonce music, and she dissected them and extracted a wealth lesson from them. Generational wealth is quite a hot topic at the moment. Everybody seems to be talking or rapping or singing about it. So A Millennial's Diary is the name of this this blog, and it is Mary, I can't say her last name, Agbesanwa. She's somewhere in the UK, but I just thought this was so dope. It is quite shocking to read that on average, rich families tend to not be able to sustain their level of wealth beyond 2 generations. Why is that? Because they're rich families. Wealthy families, like the Rockefellers, I think they're on generation 8 or 9 or something like that of their wealth. It does not have to be if we're willing to put in the work, right? If we are willing to put in the work, and the work is educating yourself financially. So she said, to frame the discussion about building wealth, I have used the album Everything is Love by the Carters, right? The Carters do reveal lots of advice about building wealth. And as the billion-dollar couple they are, we can learn a lot from them. According to a report released by the Intergenerational Commission earlier this year, generation on generation progress across both incomes and home ownership rates are falling in the UK. And I can vouch that they are falling in the US as well. In fact, the millennial generation is said to be the first generation that will do worse than their parents. So who do we blame? Do we blame the parents or do we blame the kids? The millennial generation is said to be the first generation that will be worse off than their parents, right? And so we've got to fix that. And that's what I aim to do. That's why I do this show every morning, to bring insight and knowledge to help you guys. And by the way, if you have not already smashed that share button, do me a favor and smash that share button. Meaning that millennials are only marginally better off than the generation before them. So given much higher living standards and increased property prices, how can we as millennials start to think about building generational wealth? Number one, you got to diversify your income, people. I'm looking for 5 people that I can coach and mentor in a financial education business, or 5 entrepreneurs that want to add financial education and wealth building to what they already got going on. If you're already a life coach, if you already have a business and you want to start offering financial services and build another stream of income, then absolutely we should think about partnering together. So here's the lyric. She said, fast like a Lambo. Here Beyonce refers to acquiring money as fast as a Lamborghini, the Italian luxury sports car. I think at one level this implies acquiring money quickly, but and go implies to not stay around for too long in one area. Generational wealth tip. How can you diversify your income? Do you have untapped talent that you could be monetizing? Listen, let me put this link in the comment right here. If y'all don't know how to monetize your life, then I want you to go grab my book for free. In 1 second, Monetize My Life Academy /free book. So for those of you who are listening to the podcast, it's monetizemylifeacademy.com /free book. I'm giving everybody who rocks with my show a copy of my book for free, and my most popular online course, How to Become an Influencer, for free. So you take your gifts, talent, special ability, you learn how to monetize them, then you learn how to become an influencer to promote and market it using social media, and boom, you're building an income that you own and control. Got to diversify your income. Number 2, you must work hard. We live in lavish. I got expensive fabrics. I got expensive habits, right? At first impression, it appears Beyonce to be gloating about her luxurious lifestyle, right? What is the generational wealth lesson? What are your financial habits like? Are you buying things when you can afford them? Do you have an emergency fund, at least 3 months of your salary saved away, but easy to reach if required? See, when it comes to buying luxury items, understand there's a difference between wealthy people living lavish, and poor people trying to look wealthy, living lavish. Because what happens is wealthy people buy luxury items that will tend to appreciate in value. It does improve their status and they can get to brag a little bit, but usually these luxury items will increase in value, right? Or at least maintain their value. Poor people tend to buy things to look rich that depreciate in value immediately. And they're buying them with labor, with the money that comes from their labor. Wealthy people buy all of this stuff with the money that comes from their assets. So they're not working 40, 60, 80 hours a week to buy something that's going to depreciate in value. They're working in their craft to create cash, to take that cash to buy an asset that's going to bring them more cash. And then the cash that comes from the asset, they use that to buy their toys. Hope you hear me. If the book is free, you just cover shipping of, I think, $8 or something like that. All right. So that is number 2. Number 3, you must think ahead. I said no to the Super Bowl. You need me. I don't need you. This line refers to how Jay-Z declined the opportunity to perform at the Super Bowl in solidarity with Colin Kaepernick, right? I think the lesson we can learn here is that in business or work, not every opportunity has your name on it. What is the wealth lesson? Are there opportunities you have been put, are there opportunities you have that have been put, or there are opportunities you have been put forward for that you should probably say no to? And it's, remember, she's in the UK, so they speak a little bit differently. Yeah, it's okay to say no, right? Especially if whatever you're being asked to do does not align with your vision and your mission. A lot of times people will pull you into their stuff when you don't have your stuff planned out. See, I know exactly where I'm going with the things that I'm using. And when somebody asks me, hey, Cortez, this would be a good opportunity for you. Wait a minute. This is not aligned with where I'm going. This isn't a good opportunity for me. It's a good distraction for me if I don't know how to say no, right? So we got to know how and when to say no. We talked about multiple streams being synergistically aligned, right? When your multiple streams are aligned, then they add no stress to your life, but they add the extra income. It's when you are out of alignment and you're chasing rabbits in 1,000 different directions where it's hard for you to really manage multiple streams. I've got multiple streams of income, ladies and gentlemen. They're just not all over the place. They're all in alignment with what I do. And I think that's one of the most confusing things about having multiple streams of income. But y'all know what time it is. It is now time for us to jump into 1 minute motivation. And we're going to get through all 14 of these today. I promise you, we're going to get through all of them. And I'm going to recap the other ones from yesterday. And we're going to dive deep into those from today. So 1 minute motivation right here on the Cortez Hustle Show is a segment where I play a 1 minute motivational clip. You guys comment your biggest takeaway from the clip. I'm going to give you a couple takeaways as well. And then, of course, we got to shout out our sponsor for the 1 minute motivation as well. So let's go ahead and dive into 1 minute motivation right here on the Cortez Hustle Show.
You have to be relentless. You have to never let off the gas, never stop, never quit. Never allow anyone to talk you out of the dream, the vision, and ideas. And understand that for every level, there's another devil. It is the devil's job to create challenges, issues, and conflicts, insecurities, fear, because he wants to put you to a test. But I can tell you now, I piss the devil off every day because I just don't stop. And the devil is so mad. This fucking guy. Doesn't matter if he gets sick. It doesn't matter what happens to his money or his finances. Every time he gets out of his bed and he's on a mission to get it done.
And as you begin to look at your life, decide that you're going to start working on that dream. You're going to work and nurture that idea. Now, there will be people that will criticize you. There will be people that won't see it for you. But I say to you, don't let nobody turn you around. You don't need anybody to understand it. You don't need anybody to approve you. You don't need anybody to say, go ahead on and do it. If you get that, that's fantastic. If you get that encouragement, that's great. But I say stand up within yourself boldly and say, this is my life. I'm controlling my destiny.
Woo-wee. Ladies and gentlemen, what did y'all hear, man? One of the reasons I love doing this is because we all listen to the same clip, but we all heard something different. We all listen to the same clip, but we all heard something different based on where we are in our lives, where we are with our inner beliefs, where we are on our respective journeys. Listen, man, listen. Make sure you put takeaway in the comments if you want to be entered into the drawing before you answer your question. That way you're entered into the drawing to win a free vacation. For every new level, there's a new devil, right? The way my man, the late, great Dr. Miles Monroe says is every vision must be tested for authenticity. And when you wrap your mind around that, then you know what to expect. I expect to build a multi-billion-dollar multimedia company, and every time I go from one level to the next, I'm challenged with new things, but the challenges are not here to stop me. Right? How many of you guys play video games? If you ever played a video game in your life, I want you to comment video game. See, the challenge, when you have the wrong perspective, you think the challenge is to stop you. No, the challenge isn't to stop you. The challenge is to prepare you for the next level. The challenge is to see if you are deemed worthy to move forward to the next level, right? Mario Brothers was my favorite video game coming up as a kid. And I would go into, we would go to the skating rink, and my homeboys would be out on the skating floor, and I would be over there in the arcade playing Mario Brothers, right? Because I mean, it was something about it, but those mushrooms and those turtles and the little things that were coming to stop me on this board, they weren't coming to stop me on this level. If I beat them, what they were doing was preparing me for what I was going to see on the next level. So when you understand that your vision is going to be tested, all you have to do is prepare for the test. And just like any good instructor, every test has a trick question that no matter how hard you prepare, you'll never see that coming. And that's okay. And that's okay, right? He said, no excuses, man. You got to decide that you're going to go after your dreams. Why is the word decision so powerful? Because it means to cut away from, to separate. When you decide that, man, I'm going after it, you put your blinders on, you get laser focused, and you cut away different things that will keep you from your goal. Do not, ladies and gentlemen, I repeat, do not let anybody turn you around. You don't need anybody's permission to be great except your own. The book I read tells me all things are possible for they that believe. It didn't say all things are possible for those who have a spouse that believes. Because some of you guys are dealing with that. Oh, my spouse don't really support me 100. And I feel for you, because my spouse has been my A1 since day one. And there's nothing like having the feeling of somebody backing you that make you literally feel like you can take over the world every day. But you don't need your spouse's permission. It didn't say all things are possible for the one who's got homeboys that believe in them. It didn't say all things are possible for him or her who's got parents that believe. No, there's only one person required for you to believe, and that's you. If you believe it, then decide to get it done. And then everything else is going to start coming to you that you need to fulfill that vision. So that is 1 Minute Motivation right here on the Cortez Hustle Show, brought to you by MyPerfectMoneyPlan.com. Go to MyPerfectMoneyPlan.com if you want to see if you can qualify for an instant pay raise, lower your taxes, get your credit right, get out of debt, and learn all about our brand new, done for you, real estate investing program. It is flat out the bomb and bananas. Amari says, how can I get your book for free? If you go to thecortezhustleshow.com, you'll see right at the top of the page to a big blue button that says register now, and it'll take you to the page to get the book for free. thecortezhustleshow.com. You'll be able to get the book and the course for free. You just pay for shipping of the book. You get instant access to the course. Now, let's continue our study on these wealth lessons for millennials. How can we get our young people excited about the conversation around money? So we were recapping what we went over yesterday. So let's get that done really quickly so we can get through the rest of them for today. Number 4, you must be strategic. Got that dinero on my mind. Beyonce sings about having money on her mind. This is a great reminder that building generational wealth requires strategic decisions and will not happen just because you have money. Remember, there is a difference between being rich and being wealthy. And I love her definition of this difference. Being rich is a stagnant state that implies at this present moment you have money. Whereas wealthy people know how to make money, or better yet, make their money work for them, as Robert Kiyosaki talks about in Rich Dad Poor Dad. Do me a huge favor. Everybody put in the comments right now, cash, asset, cash. That's the only wealth building formula that has ever existed, and the only wealth building formula that will ever exist. Now, there's a lot of different ways that you could implement that formula, but every time you get your hands on some cash, you got to use a part of it. I don't care if it's 1% of it, 10% of it, whatever. You got to use some of it to buy, build, or invest in an asset that's going to bring you more cash. When that becomes your life's habit, you'll build generational wealth on autopilot. That has got to become the habit. Every time I get my hands on some cash, it either goes back into my business, it goes into another investment. I'm constantly buying, building, or investing in something that's going to bring me more cash. So what is the wealth lesson? Do you have money on your mind? How good is your financial literacy? If you have spent the time to educate yourself about money, is it time to take the next step and invest in a financial advisor? Listen, so many people are talking about what they don't have and what they don't know. And we walk around every day with $1,000 computer in our pocket with literally 90% of all the information in the world on it. The only thing that's not at your fingertips is classified information. And heck, some of y'all even know how to get to the classified information. But all the information we need is right here on our cell phone, right? So there's no excuse to be financially illiterate today. That's a choice today. Yeah, I know they never taught us about money in school, but if you are a $$ person, you have no excuse to be financially illiterate, talking about what they didn't teach you in school and you 40 years old. You've been out of school 20-something years and talking about, I don't know how to invest because they didn't teach me that in school. Are you freaking kidding me? We got a tool called Google. 5, you must own stuff. You're not a boss, you got a boss. Here Jay-Z brags about being his own boss. As an employee, you are accountable to your boss. What is the lesson? In the uncertain climate we live in, where household businesses are going bust and shutting down, it may be best to own something of your own. Where we are in our economy is the whole country here in America was set up for business people, by business people, to benefit business people, period. So if you do not have a business in America, then it's almost like you're being a foreigner in your own country. America is a business. Everybody born in America was born a sole proprietor. When you don't do business and you go to work for somebody else, instead of having an EIN, you have a social security number. But the minute you start doing business, that same social security number becomes an EIN number. Wait, what, Cortez? Yeah, everybody in America was born an entrepreneur. This country was set up when they broke away from Great Britain. They set the country up so that everybody can be a business owner. Listen, I want y'all to hear me on this. Everybody was supposed to be a business owner. Remember, when the country was formed, they had all the employees they needed working for free. So when people came here from the old country, they were supposed to come over here and set up a business. Take these free employees called slaves and build you a business. But when slavery ended, they figured out how to institute a new form of slavery. And don't take this the wrong way that I'm bashing you if you have a job. I'm just talking about systemic oppression and how it works. If you were a slave, you got the bare bone necessities when it came to food, clothing, shelter, safety, and security. You got the bare bone necessities. You got just enough food to keep you strong enough just to work. You got just enough shelter to keep you from freezing to death in the winter. You got just enough safety. And when we talk safety, we're talking public safety. So you got just enough of what you needed to keep your body healthy. If you got cut, then they gave you a little something so that wound wouldn't get infected. You got just enough security, meaning they didn't let nobody come on their plantation and steal their slaves or hurt their slaves. Right? You got just enough clothing to keep you warm. Let me ask you something. Are you working a job today and getting just enough? According to all the financial publications, 76% of people in America are working a job and they're getting just enough. If that don't sound like slavery, I don't know what does. Just enough to keep a roof over your head, just enough to feed your kids, just enough to have a little health insurance, just enough to have a little bit of security, a door that locks, just enough to be able to put clothes on your back and that of your children. That's how this whole thing was set up, y'all. So when slavery ended, they flipped it. They was like, man, we could keep fighting to enslave Black people, but heck, the central bank said, wait a minute. If we flip this thing on its head, we can enslave everybody. Now, the reason that it's a little different today is because when we as Black people were chattel slaves, we didn't have a choice to go and start a business and go and build generational wealth. Right? Today, it's voluntary slavery because you have a choice to go start a business. And I don't want to hear that madness, Cortez. Everybody can't run a business. Not with an employee's mindset, they can't. But everything that it takes to run a business can be learned. So if you don't choose to learn to start a business and then start a business so you can lower your taxes and build wealth for your family, then that's why I think it's voluntary indentured servitude. Then they get us wrapped up in debt. What is indentured servitude? Like right now they're rewriting all the history books, and we're going to get back to the 14 lessons. We're going to get back to that, I promise. But right now they're rewriting all the history books to say that Black people were not slaves, they were indentured servants. What's the difference between a slave and an indentured servant? A slave implied that somebody owns you for life, and they own your offspring for life, and they own your offsprings for life. An indentured servant was somebody who was owned for a period of time until you paid off a debt. How many of you guys going to work only because you got a car note, only because you got a house note, only because you got student loans, only because that's indentured servitude, y'all. And you are volunteering for that every moment you decide not to start studying entrepreneurship. Every moment you decide not to go get my free book that teaches you how to monetize your life, how to turn something that you already know how to do into a business. It's going to let you lower your taxes. You can take that tax savings and start investing and start building some wealth. Shiro said we need a part 3. Now we're going to get into something else next week. All right. So let me give you these rest of these. But I had to get, I hope you guys understand. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with you having a job. I worked at the same company for 14 years, for 12 years, 13 years. I can't remember. Right. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with having a job. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is understand the economy that you are in and what you are signed up for, right? And it's fitting. I guess I'm channeling my inner Andre Hatchett, right? Y'all see the shirt, own or be owned. Maybe that's where that's coming from. Maybe I shouldn't have put this shirt on this morning. But let's finish these 14 points, man. So what were we on number 6? All right, let's get back here. Number 6, you must look beyond cash. 100 million crib, 3 million watch, all facts. The Carters have a lot of money, and last year they purchased their 4th property at $88 million compound, right? What is the wealth lesson? How can you get started on the property ladder or investing in luxury items? Can you start putting money away with friends or family that you trust? Or are you keeping your eyes peeled for good opportunities? I've been sharing this opportunity with y'all for the last 6 years. Join me in starting your own business in the financial education space. Join me. It's $228. You get your own business in the financial education space. It's $119 for you to maintain your business and your website and all of that. But I'm going to teach you how to do what I do. For the last 6 years, y'all, I've been getting paid for sharing financial tips and strategies on social media. While at the same time I'm getting paid to share this, I got a team of experts working on my credit right now. I got a team of experts helping me with my debt elimination strategy right now. I got a team of experts about to put me in the real estate game where I'm going to be able to buy, sell, flip, or invest in real estate properties without even having a real estate license. 228, get you partnered with your boy, and we gonna win. And it ain't even me. It's my mentor, Brian Bean. It's our team, the Extra Digit Movement. It's our whole community. That's all we do is get money. And I want to help y'all do that. That's an opportunity. That's not the only opportunity, but that is an opportunity for you to partner with me and let me help you start making some money. And at the same time, we're bringing financial literacy to our communities. It don't get any more dope than that, y'all. But nevertheless, number 7, you must start now. My great-great-grandchildren are already rich. That's a lot of brown children on Forbes list. What? I want all of y'all to put that in the comments right now. I want y'all to declare that right now. My great-great-grandchildren are already rich. Shiro, we need to partner up on the shirt. We need to partner up on a shirt. My great-great-grandchildren are already rich. That's a lot of brown children on the Forbes list. Generational wealth is about passing on wealth to your kids, but it's also about keeping the legacy alive. Beyonce boasts here that she will be able to keep her wealth in her family for 5 generations to come. How can you start sowing seeds for the future? Man, when I get done, I'm calling all of my sons this morning. We got to start back having our money practice day every week. If you have kids, put money aside and invest in their future, perhaps through a junior ISA or trust fund. If not, it is never too late or never too early to start. Start a separate savings account to tap into when it becomes a priority. Listen, man. Listen. In Hustle Nation, $5 a month, I laid out a plan to where you can go from, listen, I'm the fourth born child of 6 children. My mom had 3 boys, 3 girls, raised on welfare, right? There were times when my mom fed us and she didn't eat. If you join Hustle Nation for $5 a month and look at my training on double-digit returns, I literally walk you through a game plan on how to go from 0 to 100 million in 2 generations 0 to a billion plus in 3 generations. See, some of y'all say y'all don't want to get rich quick, but the moves you make can tell me you don't want to get rich slow either. Yeah, I know what listen, some of y'all are saying, Cortez, man, I hate them get rich quick schemes. I ain't trying to get rich quick. You ain't trying to get rich slow either. They say poor people plan for Saturday night. Wealthy people plan for 3 generations. I got a 3-generation plan that I laid out in the Hustle Nation group. From welfare to billionaire in 3 generations. And that is just me putting money into an investment fund. That's not me building a business empire. That's not my children building businesses. That's not that. I didn't count any money that they're going to contribute. None of that. I just said, hey, I'm just going to put, if I just put this amount in this account over 25 years, I'll be 67 by the time it matures. And then if I then let it grow for another 25 years for my grandchildren, it's going to grow to 109 million. And then if I let it continue to grow for another 25 years for my great grandchildren, that 109 million becomes 1.1 billion. And you can set all of this stuff up, man. Talk to your financial planners and ask them why the heck they ain't showing you how to build a $1 billion family dynasty. I can't tell you because I ain't licensed. I ain't supposed to be talking about this kind of stuff. But somebody's got to bring this information to the comment people, right? Man, we run out of time. Let's get through these other ones. Number 8, you must be a risk taker. I have no fear of anything. Do everything well. One secret to building generational wealth is taking risks, calculated risks. This is what I believe we can learn from Jay-Z here. You will never know completely about any market, so there will always be some element of risk. The sooner you can get comfortable with taking calculated risk in life, the better. I wrote about this in a previous post. What financial fears are stopping you from thinking about personal finance or generational wealth? As Blue, their daughter says, never seen a ceiling in my whole life. What would you do if you weren't afraid? Listen, man. Listen. I want to help y'all win, man. I want to help y'all win. This is why I'm up every morning sharing this, right? But more importantly, one day my kids are going to see this. One day my grandkids are going to see this. One day my great-grandchildren are going to see this. And they never going to have to worry about the guy who decided that poverty was no longer going to be a part of the family. How did he do it? They're going to be able to come back and say, man, we got this. Our Hustle Media Group is this international conglomerate. And when they're asked, how did it start? Oh, well, you know, there was an app back in the day called Facebook and YouTube, and it allowed any and everybody to share their thoughts. And my great granddad just thought that it would be powerful to share publicly the things that he was learning and implementing in his life. And he shared that stuff publicly. And as he started to notice how important media is and how important the power of having influence can be when you're influencing people in the right direction, he decided to become an influencer. He started a podcast, and from that podcast, he built an international multimedia company from his spare bedroom because he wasn't afraid to take risks. He wasn't afraid to bet on himself. He wasn't afraid of getting out in front of hundreds and thousands and millions of people and looking silly for our sake. He put his last name first. Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, I ain't playing no games, y'all. I ain't playing no games. Number 9, you must know your worth. It's just life. I'm just nice. Tonight, I might raise my price. Yeah. Yeah, see, some of you guys are giving the opportunity to connect with me today, and tomorrow you won't be able to afford me. And believe it or not, that's me being humble. Some of you guys have access to me today, and tomorrow you might not be able to afford me. Part of building wealth is understanding your value. Sometimes price signifies luxury or premium. How are you pricing your products or yourself? The worst thing to try and undercut by is price and then still kid yourself that you can offer the same level of service. Don't undersell yourself or your products. It's that simple. It's that simple. I know my worth. I know my worth. I know that if you partner with me for $228, I know that I'm going to have you building a killer brand in the financial education space that's going to make your family rich. And when you partner with me in that opportunity, I don't even charge you for my branding and marketing services because we're getting rich together. We're actually partners. So why would I charge my partner to teach them what I know about building a brand? Some of you guys have been seeing my digital product boot camp. Some of you guys have seen the mastermind. Some of you guys have seen the Instant Authority blueprint where I teach you how to get a book produced in 14 days, 21 days. I teach you how to build your authority in the space. I teach you how to create your digital product. Yeah, I passed. That's cool. And maybe that was for the best because you got other things going on right now. I'm just saying, when you get things figured out, you might not be able to afford you, boy. That's what I'm saying. Number 10, blessings on blessing, etc. Feeling like the best year ever. The lesson here is about optimism, which is an underrated trait. The most successful people are always optimistic about the future and about the part they can play in it. Think Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Warren Buffett, Oprah. Generational wealth lesson. Don't let the news fool you. Despite everything not so great happening in the moment we are living in at this time, many of us haven't experienced deadly diseases and war. Start by being more optimistic about the world around you, and you'll be surprised how many ideas you start to have and opportunities you start to see. Yes, indeed. What are you looking like on the optimist scale? I'm an eternal optimist, right? Y'all do know that even when it's raining, the sun is still shining, right? Y'all do know that. You do know that when it's pouring down, raining, thundering, and lightning, the sun is still shining, even if it happened to be shining on the other side of the world. That's my view on life. What can I learn from this lesson? Is my view. Number 11, you must not do it alone. My friends, real friends, better than your friends. No foes, real friends. We ain't even got to pretend. I'm building a team, y'all. Y'all all getting an invitation. Y'all getting an invitation to join the squad. I want y'all to join the squad. You can't do it by yourself. And y'all see me. Y'all don't even know the gangsters and the killers that I got behind me. And y'all can join the squad, man. Listen, we about to make a boatload of gangster moves in this real estate space, in this home-based business space, in this network marketing space, in this digital marketing space. Oh man, don't say you didn't know. Don't say you didn't know. Don't say you didn't have no opportunities, right? So the Carters devote a whole song to the importance of friendship, a key lesson on building generational wealth. Loyal friends who you can confide in and trust are vital when building your generational wealth. Well, later Beyonce mentions, I don't make no moves, Yeah, without telling my crew. Do you have friends you can confide in and problem solve with about your latest ventures? Start by utilizing all the knowledge and expertise you have in your circle. Squad up. Listen, man, write this in the comments. Intellectual capital. Intellectual capital. Right. We often hear that we've got $1 trillion spending power as Black people in this country. Over $1 trillion. So if that's what we got in dollars, what do we have in intellectual capital when we really start coming together? That's what squad up means to me. Oh man, you got the ability to create products, Shiro. You do dope t-shirt designs. I got the marketing online. Then why you and me ain't marketing the hell out of those t-shirts? Oh man. Let's see who else. Michelle has got all the trucks in the van, so we don't need UPS or FedEx. Let's get with Michelle, and she's gonna run our distribution and our delivery. Geneva has got warehouse space. Well, she's going to be the warehouse and the hub. So we're going to produce all the shirts. We're going to stack them up in the hub. And then Michelle is going to have the distribution going from the hub out to all of our retail outlets. Y'all better come on, man. Get with the program. You must be loud about what you do. No need to ask. You heard about us. I already know you know about us. This is where that be super humble stuff comes from. Be super humble, right? Some of y'all, I asked y'all to comment the name of your business and or your brand. Some of y'all still haven't done it. I asked y'all to comment the name of your business and or your brand. Some of y'all still haven't done it because you are undercover entrepreneurs. You got to be loud about what you do. Get your name out there using social media effectively. For instance, LinkedIn updates or creating your own blog or personal website. This is a great way for you to get leads, and very soon opportunities will start to come your way. 13, you must financially support others just starting out. I made my own wave, so now they're anti-title. What? I made my own waves. So now I ain't worried about somebody else's creating a tidal wave to come crash down on me. How can you support projects and ventures around you that are just starting out? The early bird gets the worm. Sharing posts on social media is great, but supporting them financially is even better. Oh, listen. 14, you must accumulate wisely. I give my daughter my custom dresses. She gonna be litty, vintage pieces by the time she hit the city. See those custom made dresses that Beyonce wears and performs and all of that stuff? She said, I'm giving those to my daughter. By the time she's old enough to wear them and understand them and appreciate them, they're going to appreciate and value over time because of who I am. See, I know what I'm doing. This show gets more and more valuable every day I do a new episode. Every day I put marketing dollars behind it to push it out and get more and more listeners. What are you doing to build something that's going to last? That's it for today, this weekend. Tune in next week, people. Until I talk to you then, I want you to get your money up because you absolutely can do it. But more importantly, you deserve to do it, each and every single one of you. Now hustle up. But you've got to overcome fear if you're going to win.
You're tuned into the Cortez Hustle Show. Please like and subscribe.